yeah, no, not gonna happen. That would drive me nuts. It's like, ah, well. But yeah, so anyway, he gets a hold of me and he's like, Reg, he goes, thanks for cutting the trees or whatever. He says, we'll settle up, whatever. But he goes, if you want, he says, you don't have to say yes. He goes, if you don't feel comfortable, whatever. But would you like to take the boat up there for me today or tomorrow, whenever you can? I said, yeah, sure. So I figured I was going to do it tomorrow, but then I looked at the weather and I was like, could be 2 feet of snow on the ground tomorrow, and no problem taking a trailer. Like, that has the hydraulic brake on it, which I was able to back up with it, because usually with the hydraulic brake you can't back up with it. You have to flip the switch, so I guess the switch was flipped. But anyway, the point is that he's like, you want to do it? I said, sure. I said, it'll either be today or tomorrow. And then I thought this morning when I woke up, I called my other client and said, yeah, no, I'm going to do that today instead, because that way if the weather is bad tomorrow, just because the weatherman said it's going to be complete sunshine all day, and it rained most of the way up here. So with a trailer like that, like, there's not a lot of big hills here, but sometimes if you have to, you know, especially a fresh snowfall with no salt or nothing. I mean, there was a big puddle of ice in my client's yard there this morning already, and I mean a real puddle of ice, you know what I mean, like a real solid chunk of ice in there. So must have been cold where he was last night. And then the thing is when you're coming down a hill, if you have to jam on the brakes in loose snow, that trailer is more like it won't always do it, but it can come around on you, and you can jackknife, and you know, it's just more dangerous. So I prefer to do it when the weather's nice, you know. When Paul and I did that trip to Owen Sound last year, we left at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was nasty, especially between Pembroke and Bancroft. That freaking whatever highway that was that we took, the 118 or whatever. Very narrow, lots of trucks, fresh snow on there, no plow truck, nothing. It was like one of the first snowfalls. It was a snowstorm. Couldn't tell where the center of the road was, couldn't tell where the ditches were, couldn't tell this, couldn't tell that. But we did it. On the way back was no problem because the roads were good enough on the way back. But had we been pulling a trailer with weight on it on the way there, I could see there was probably a few spots where coming down some of those big long hills, there's one hill there, it goes on forever, and there's a button there that I want to hit. Be stuck in cruise control or something. And anyway, didn't want to worry about jackknifing the trailer, right? So there's a cop ahead of me, so as long as I'm not going faster. He's speeding. I can tell he's speeding already. If he's pulling away from me, he's speeding. But that might be one of the reserve cops. They have a different police force up here for the reserve. Yeah. Nice scenic route though. You know, like a 2-hour day. Yesterday was a 5-minute day for 20 bucks. Today I'm gonna make probably about 50 bucks. So, you know, sitting in. Yeah. Although probably there's like, who's the guy that friggin' brought the trailer? He didn't know what he was doing. I knew what I was doing. It's just I kind of took a gamble at it. Oh my God, that truck was almost folded in half. Must have broke the frame. I don't come up here. I used to come up here quite a bit actually, but I don't come up here that much anymore. Well, there's really nothing up here that they don't have in Renfrew, and usually Renfrew is you got a little bit more up there. Like the prices on the reserve are not too bad, so like for gas and stuff like that, because a lot of stuff up here is tax-free. Not everything, but if you buy it from a native establishment, it can be tax-free. It's something like that. It's something along that lines. Big difference in windshields. Complete mine there, I'd be glared out already. I gotta change that. Like this windshield's dirty, but it's still clearer than mine because there's no pits in it. There's the Maniwaki Airport here. You can take flying lessons. I'd love to take flying lessons again. All right, we're going up to 90. Let's chase down this police officer. There we go. Yeah, this truck's pretty smooth. My buddy's is pretty smooth, but he works his truck hard. I don't know how hard this truck's ever worked, but it does have a dent in it, so that's usually a sign that, like, I think they mainly pull the boat with this thing. Bit of rust on it, but not bad. Like, I don't think they drive it a lot though. But this is actually a company truck, so maybe it's been beat the shit out of. Who knows? But if it has, it's definitely been upkept. The company, it's a parent company or a sub company of her dad's. Her dad, I worked for her dad years ago. He's in a home there now, and one of the nicest guys, you know. Yeah, see, like a hill like this, if you're coming down and it's loose powder, not right here, but right about here where it kind of does a bit of a crest, and you start, if you have to brake, this is where your trailer will come around on you. Especially if you're on a turn like that too. It doesn't take much. That's why I prefer to do it when, like, I don't care about rain as much unless it's like downpour. You gotta be careful, but like rain, I don't care. Snow, loose snow, first few snowfalls of the season, that's where everybody ends up in the ditch, right? They don't know how good these tires are in snow. Usually they're not bad. But anyway, yeah, so my client, her dad had a bunch of companies. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I don't know if you saw that deer there just sitting there in the lawn there munching away. But anyway, yeah, the company, it's not his main company, it's another company called Thor. So I don't have a lot of details of what, I guess it's still a sign company or something like that. So I'll have to look into it. But that's basically the company truck. So this is one of the company trucks. So because if you use a vehicle for like my friend Amanda, she does that, like her vehicles are considered commercial, so you pay more insurance, you pay more on that, but you do get more tax write-offs. So if you have to repairs and stuff like that, it does help you out a bit. So, but then again, everything you claim ends up upping things too, right? So yeah, so what I tell people, if you have a business, get a magnetic sticker and just throw it on the side. Another snowmobile for sale. A lot of toys up here for sale, but I have a rule when it comes to the reserve. Don't buy vehicles from the natives, because no offense to the natives, but they tend to destroy every vehicle they get. They just run it into the ground. Like, I've never seen anybody buy something from the reserve and it run for very long. You know, it's like, it's just, I don't know, it's just something that they just, the way they take care of stuff. Just an observation, just an observation. But the dealerships give you a good deal. So like if you're going to buy a new car or a new snowmobile or something like that, new four-wheeler, the reserve's a good place to go. Definitely a good place to go. Yeah. Yeah, so you're heading back into the storm again. Following Mr. Police Officer. Yeah, so I don't know what to do with the